Hello guys, hey everyone. I hope you guys are having a good time. And today I want to make some stuff in Blender, especially for my projects. And it's gonna be some girders. So I have this shot here, let me show you. This one that you can see here in the banner. And if you look on the left, it has some, we made previously some facades, some walls with like windows and stuff. And we still need some gutters to just be here. And you can see that I've made gutters on these walls, but the issue is that I've made it manually. So it was like I had to move everything else thing by hand, which was not ideal. And what I want to do now is to be able to just create I don't know, lines, and it will be girders. So I just want to try and do stuff, and I probably won't talk too much. This will be like a chill live stream. I'm not going to talk a lot. Sorry. And yeah. So let's first thing we should do is turn your mesh into curve. So mesh to curve. Nice. Let's just make the opacity of the right frame to 1. And maybe what I want to do is just have a line here. And okay, let's see. What I want to do is to have a curve to mesh now. And then in the profile curve, I will take a curve circle. Nice. But I only want the bottom half to appear. So I'm wondering if I want to make everything procedurally, or if I want if I want to have manual controls. But I think we can do enough cool stuff in geometry nodes. So yeah, what if I just do this and I delete geometry? It should be based on the position, separate X, Y, Z. And domain, can it be spline? No, just points. Okay, so for some reason it's like closing on itself. So what if instead I do a circle mesh? Okay, yeah, perfect. Oh wait, curve, circle. What if I do a set curve type, set spline type? Okay, polygons. Okay, no, it doesn't work. Bezier, NURBS. Okay, doesn't want to work. Yeah, let's just do it this way then. And then we're gonna split by the y-axis. So it's only half, but I want to do a compare. And let's do compare through greater than 0. Yeah, so if it's more than 0 on the y-axis, it's gonna delete itself. And I probably don't want, like 16 should be enough for background elements, but we might as well put this as a controllable thing. So curve to mesh, all right. And of course we want to do mesh to curve here. And I actually want to do the opposites, so less than 0. Okay, I have to put like, yeah, that's a bit strange, but it works. So let's not argue too much. Regarding the scale, we can probably scale this down. Okay. And I want to do a resample curve here by length, just so we can then do set position and just distort everything using a noise. So maybe we could just combine everything. And can I use the normals, like the curve normals? Curve, maybe just normal. Like what happens if I do a displace on a curve, because it's using the normals by default. So let's just see how it happens. Mid value 0. Yeah, it's just moving on this axis. Yeah, so maybe let's not do that. All right. So maybe we can move on the Z and X. Actually, what if we just do a noise and we don't care about anything? Just plug the color into it. And you just do a quick vector math, set to scale, and check normalize. And just make it less squiggly than this. Okay, just this should be good. And then maybe bring some details more, like maybe 2, 3. No, actually 2 is fine. Maybe a 0.5 and 6. Yeah, that's great. And what I want to do is probably okay, it should be good. You can see on this reference, it's a bit like this on the edges. So I don't know if I could model this by hand, but it's cool also if it doesn't require any like new objects in the scene. So maybe we can do this ourselves. Trying to think now. Like we could extrude the edges, but there's no bevel. There's no bevel on the. Oh. Well, I have an idea now. What if I actually extrude the edges? So, like we can do capture attributes, set to points, and we're gonna do the end selection and point selection. So you can see now if I like, for example, set position, I can like move everything, but if I do this selection, it should be only the endpoints. Perfect. So we can do a curve to mesh. Wait, does it endpoint selection work? Even this way? So like set position. Okay, no, it only works for curves, so it makes sense to keep everything like that. And then we can do a extrude mesh, only the vertices, and we only extrude this. Okay, nice. So it does work. And what if we do very subtle things like this, and then we extrude mesh only the top, and the offset vector could be offset like the y-axis. Yep, just like that. And then one last this way. Okay. And what if now we convert everything back to curve, so mesh to curve. Okay. And we do, what should we do? Sorry. I wanted to set spline type to Bezier, NURBS, poly. Bezier, and then set handle type to align free vector auto. How does it look now? Okay, but now, yeah, the simple thing is not good. So it's pretty nice, but it's a bit too high poly. So I think instead of doing all this, we're just going to set a profile for our curve. So just let's do it also by hand. It would be easier. So let's add a curve, maybe do like 16. Yep. Delete all this. And just do this. Okay, let's do actually just what we just did. Okay, now we're gonna bevel everything. Yeah, actually, what if I did this? Yeah, looks cool to me. So we can set this as a curve profile. So just rename this gutter curve profile, and just go to this. I'm just gonna call gutter, and just import this one into here. And yeah, make sure this is set to curve. So mesh to curve. Okay, perfect. So now we can also rotate this along the 3D cursor and just have it face the proper way. Nice. And we also want the end caps of the gutter. So what should it be? Yeah, we have a nice image here. So this is like the end cap, which we have to model by hand because it makes more sense to have it by hand. So we're just gonna duplicate this one and just put name it gutter end cap. Nice. And yeah, we can just like feel maybe like what I want to have is, okay, I think it should be like this. All right, and then delete this one, delete this face. Okay, let's see, let's look at the reference. Okay, we have to delete these edges. Let's do the same here. So just add a vertex and join this, make it smooth, delete the edges here, and yeah, just F, face, perfect, extrude, and then Alt S, just a bit. I'll just rectify everything that looks weird. Oh, I said justify, but I meant make it look good. Nice. Okay. Actually, do we need? Yeah, I don't think we need all this extra geometry, so maybe just get rid of it. Yeah, just like this should be fine. Actually, just remove everything. Just like this. Yeah, that's exactly how it looks now. Nice. All right, maybe add quick bevel here. Yeah. All right, looks good. And yeah, subtle. Just a subtle bevel here. Nice. Yeah, just do it. Just do it because you have to do it. Okay. So now what we can do is get the curve here and do an instance on points. And let's just do an end cap selection, endpoint selection, sorry, and then just have the girder here into the instance. And if we look at it, it should be good. We want to set the scale to the same scale as the scale here, so we can just do a value and just plug the scale here as well. And for the rotation, we can sample the rotation from, I think we can do a curve to points. But now we can do the end caps selection. So maybe, okay, you know, actually, how can I do the end cap selection using the curve to points? Or maybe can I just calculate the rotation from here? So we have the curve, we have the points, which we can see now, but there's like 1 point here and 1 point here. We can do like offset point and curve. What I'd like is to have the end cap, the endpoint index, which would be great. I'm trying to think, because we can always have the curve tangent. Let's try this first. So let's do curve tangent and what's the name? Align rotation to vector. So this would be like the method you would want to use. And like, okay, so this works, but this one doesn't. Like it's not aligned properly. If I do join geometry, like this one is nice. Actually, now that I see the girder, it looks like it's not bulky enough, you know. Okay, this looks better now. Kind of want to just add one more iteration here. Kind of looks better. And then shade auto smooth, and then just make sure that it's maybe too low poly. Actually, I don't know. What if the girder thing does have like a subtle just a subtle inside of it, you know? Just so it's not completely so like face annotations. Yes, now it's facing completely the opposite way I want. So I can just do flip faces here. Flip faces. Okay. And regarding the rotation, like what? One is looking correct, one is not. What if I do, like, what happens if I duplicate this? Okay. Okay, this is nice already. Trying to think hard, but I'm not thinking hard enough. What if I like flip the rotation? So rotation, rotates, rotation. I don't think it's like the good way to do it, but you know what? It's fine. And then rotate by like the Z like 180 degrees. Then it's only like one endpoint, so just do this. It's probably the least good thing I've done with geometry. As like it's all hacks, but you know sometimes I just like to do hacks. So let's do this. So it's like value, no, math, 2 radians, so 180 degrees. And I want to do this, and then range 180 degrees. But then it's only this endpoint. So this should work. So that's nice. This works, but it just feels weird. I don't know. Again, let's clean everything, just visually at least. Okay, struggling to clean things. Oh shit. Okay. Okay, it's a bit strange to do it this way, but you know, it's fine. Okay, so what I want now is to have the vertical curves to be affected by different operations. So what I like to do here is to separate the geometry. So just separate XYZ. No, not XYZ, separate geometry. Separate geometry, okay. So the big issue now is that I want the girder to be like straight vertical, but then at the end, like at the very tip of it, it should have this roundness. Yeah. Sorry guys, I'm struggling to have the vocabulary I want for my English. But what I mean is, I want it to be rotated, you know? So, I don't know. I don't know how to explain. Like just, if I make it in manner, it will make sense. Okay, just like this, you know, like that. And the issue is if I do like a verticality separation, like this part will get affected by this thing. So that's not good. But I still don't want to make a full manual instancing of like a rotated thing, because how could I control the rotation of it if it's not facing the way I want it to face? So that's an issue. But I suppose we could fake. Yeah, actually, let's try. I might have an idea now. So first of all, how can I control the horizontality of the curve? And I'm trying to think about it. like, how could I do it? Like, of the edges, if the edge, let's look at the, like, if I type edge angle, edge length, edge vertices, edge neighbors. Oh, what if I do, for each point in the mesh, if the next point is higher than the previous one, like I just at a specific rate, threshold, I mean, it considers that it's vertical, so it separates the mesh. Does it make sense? I don't know. Okay, so let's do evaluate at index. Let's do the position. And for each index, it's integer math. It adds 1. Okay, and then we separate x, y, z. Okay, vector mass. Subtract. And we'll, no, just math, regular math. Subtract. Then we also want to do a absolute, so it's not negative, it's just the value, like how big is the value. And then let's do a compare. Is greater than something. I'm not sure if it works. Yeah, actually let's save the file now because it's starting to get a bit heavy. So let's do Heart of Iron episode, final episode. 3D resources, assets, and let's do, just call it girders. Okay. Doesn't seem like it's working at all. So maybe something is wrong with my setup. So I think now we can view things in the viewer. So if I just do spreadsheet, no, I don't think it's working. The viewer should show me something. What if I set it to float? Yeah, I thought it was like showing. For some reason it's not showing at all. Something's wrong. Something is wrong. I don't like my English accent. It's a bit weird. I'm not sure I'm probably gonna delete this stream anyways, so it's fine. But yeah, something's wrong. Okay, there's definitely an issue with the color and caps, but I'm gonna fix this later, so it's fine. Okay, actually it looks like it's working now. Perfect. And my separation things doesn't look like it's working. So that's strange. Oh wait, it works now. Wait, but no, it's strange, right? Okay, my gutter thing is definitely weird. So I have to check this out later. Like if I make this, I mean, I don't know any gutter in the world that's not horizontal. Actually, this one is actually, yeah, but it's more like this. So it's fine, right? I guess it's fine. Okay, so when I did less than, it was actually separating. So less than. Oh, what if I don't do the resample? I do this one. Like here. Wait, it was working previously. What if I do greater than? Okay, that's strange. Oh, okay. I understand now why my setup by default just doesn't make any sense. Hello, Moustache Cats 1658, Moustache Cats 1658. Welcome to this live stream. Today I'm actually doing some geometry nodes, and even though I'm pretty familiarized with geometry nodes, I'm struggling probably because I'm tired. It's late for me. It's like 3 a.m. in the morning. But yeah, my brain is not working properly, so I'm just I'm just trying to see if a point is higher than the other one. Like if it's on top, it's yeah, it just doesn't make any sense what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, how do I calculate the verticality of an edge? So that's like the question. What if I calculate the tangents and I compare it to the... Yeah, actually, let's try this. Okay. Let's do vector math, subtract. And normalize. So this is a vector direction, which should be equal to the tangent. So what if I compare it and I do direction? No, maybe not direction, but dot product. No, actually, I don't have any idea what I'm doing right now. Wow. What is element-wise? Like, what's the result of that? So now we just have the direction, but I don't want the direction I want. Then I have to do geometry nodes because I want to make a bookshelf. Oh yeah, a bookshelf is pretty easy to do. We can make a bookshelf if you want. It's not really hard. It's yeah, I probably should not do a bookshelf now, but if I can, sorry, if I can make this go thing, then we can make a bookshelf later. By the way, I'm French, so I'm just saying if you happen to be French-speaking person, we can speak French if you want. But I like to stay in English because it keeps my mind sharp, you know. All right. What if I do the dot product of 0, maybe just 1 everywhere? Okay. No, that's not working at all. Okay. What I want is probably to see, like, is the direction in the z axis changing? So, oh yeah, wait, it does make sense. So if I separate xyz and I compare it to 0, and we have like an epsilon to like 1. Okay, it's not working. Maybe less than 1, like 0.1. Okay. 0.01. Oh, I'm not looking at the results of it, so what if I say 1? Okay, not working. 0.1. I don't know if the thing that I'm making makes sense. Maybe what if I compare it to Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. All right. So it doesn't matter how long it is. Perfect. So what if I make an absolute of that? So absolute. Okay, absolute doesn't work. But what if I do less than, then less than 0.2? Okay, it doesn't work. Bien sûr, je parle français, en fait, je suis brésilien. Bah cool, bah, ça fait plaisir. Et vu que t'es brésilien, du coup, je sais pas si au Brésil, vous parlez beaucoup français? Vous parlez plus brésilien? Enfin, non, brésilien, c'est... Si je dis pas de bêtises, vous parlez portugais au Brésil? Je veux pas dire de bêtises. Je crois que c'est... Ah, tu me dis. Je te pose la question, tu me dis. Il y a le portugais... Ouais, je sais pas. Ou alors t'es juste français, mais t'es d'origine brésilienne. Je sais pas. À toi de me le dire. Je comprends rien à ce que je fais là. J'aimerais bien comprendre la valeur. Mais dans mes souvenirs, on pouvait regarder viewer path, viewer node, original, evaluated, viewer node, viewer data. Why isn't it the data? I don't understand. Maybe because I have to put the geometry as well. Yeah, but it just doesn't want to show anything, so that's weird. Like, what happened? Why doesn't it want to show anything? It's not showing any value or anything. It should be. Oh, viewer. Oui, nous parlons portugais. Yes! C'est bien ce que je pensais. Ok, si je mets absolute. Ok, et maintenant je le compare. Compare it equal to 1. And epsilon of 0.1. Okay. So now I think I managed to do the thing I want, so. Wait, what? Doesn't work? No. It was making sense now. Wait, what if I check the result now? Into the geometry? Ok. Mon idée, c'est qu'il crée une arête, et à partir de cette arête, le livre peut être généré. Bah ça, on peut le faire, en vrai, si ça t'intéresse. Pour moi, c'est pas très compliqué. Donc tu me dis. Ok, viewer. Pour une raison que j'ignore, ça ne veut pas mettre les valeurs que j'aimerais. Ah, mais parce que j'évalue sur le point, moi je vais évaluer sur l'edge. Ok. Evaluate on edge. Ok. Je pense que de cette façon, il est plus facile de personnaliser. Oui, en effet. Ok, c'est bon, j'ai réussi ce que je voulais faire. Donc là, maintenant, on a un truc qui check à quel point c'est vertical. Et on peut dire, par exemple, si le epsilon est à 0.01, ça va rester une gouttière jusqu'à ce que ce soit vraiment vertical. Donc ça, c'est cool. Et on peut mettre 0,1 comme ça. Parfait. Donc maintenant, ce qu'on peut venir faire, c'est ce qui va être super à faire. Ce serait de prendre le reste de la sélection. Oh, sorry, I'm speaking. Je demande, Moustache, est-ce que tu te sens à l'aise, enfin, ça te dérange pas du tout que je parle anglais ou pour savoir si ça vaut le coup que je continue de parler français ou si je peux continuer en anglais. Voilà, c'est juste pour savoir. Essayez d'utiliser quelque chose comme inverser la matrice. Comment ça? Je suis pas sûr d'avoir compris. Pour le coup, ce que j'ai fait fonctionne, hein, donc j'ai aucun souci avec ça. Ok, ça a l'air de marcher. Okay, so I can align the rotation to the tangent. Yeah, procedural stuff is amazing. Yeah, I've been like completely obsessed with procedural systems for like the past 2 to 3 years, maybe like 2 years. Like 3 years ago, I started learning slowly just to understand because it was like a new thing for me. But then like 2 years ago, I've been like loving geometry nodes and spending most of my time in it, and it's crazy. And ever since, I love to work with it. Yeah, I just have to save this. So if I want the end caps to be rotated properly, I just have to line it to the tangent and the normals on the like Z and X axis. And then there is like this small trick to rotate, because if I don't do this, like, that'd be too strange. Yeah, this works, so that's nice. And yeah, so I can split the rotation now. And what I want to do is just to have a new thing here. Oh, and now it just doesn't work anymore. So that's strange. Oh, is it because my selection thing doesn't work anymore? Oh, maybe it was because it's not. No, it should be working. Doesn't make any sense. Okay. So something is wrong. Something is wrong. What can I do on the edge? Maybe the point. Or maybe we can split everything like mesh island. Okay, mesh island. And then, okay, what if I do for each element? Okay, I will do 2 instances, split 2 instances, and I will do the mesh in the island index 2 instances, and then we're gonna do for each instance we can realize the instances. But now it doesn't work, of course. Of course it doesn't work, because it's maybe just edges. I don't know. What happens if I realize the instances now? Realize instances. Okay, so apparently you can't store edges on as instances. It just doesn't work to exist. That's sad. Geometry to instances. Okay, now it works. Which I'm not sure why. Oh yeah, the edges. Okay, sorry, I just put something in the wrong spot. Alright, so now what if I do this? But then inside of it we split everything like this. Okay, so now it should work, I guess. Oh, yeah, okay. So now we did separate the geometry, so that's nice. And then we can split this like this. I'm not sure. Trying to think. Mesh to curve and curve to mesh. And let's do this time curve circle. Curve circle. And yeah, let's see how it looks. Okay, maybe the scale should be the same as this one. So 007. Okay, and then we join the geometry at the end. Okay, so actually we already have a joined geometry. And maybe the fact that the girder is bigger than, maybe it should be less big. So maybe just do math. Oh shit. Okay, math multiply by 0.75 maybe. Yeah, 75 looks nice. And I probably want to do the same thing. So resample curve by length, and then set position, noise, and all that. Okay, nice. So what if I just do this and then, yeah, just like that. So it just doesn't want to look good at the end. So I'm wondering if instead of this, we calculate the endpoints. So can we endpoint selection, endpoint, wait, index. Can I do sample index, then like separate geometry? No, that looks like too overkill for that. What if I do topology, corners of edges? Right, let's look at the topology things. Geometry. Wait, input. Where is topology? I don't know. Wait, I don't even know if I have like viewers here. I don't think I have, but I just want to make sure like there's nobody watching. It's just one person. Is this you, Mustache? I don't know. Wait, I don't even know if I have like viewers here. I don't think I have, but I just want to make sure like there's nobody watching. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. I think the most difficult thing I've done in Geometry Nodes was this spider web from CG Matter. Yeah, that's pretty complex thing. I've seen this video and it's crazy. It looks crazy. I did not do it personally because it just so something Alright, sorry, sorry. I'm struggling to focus now. And my gutter thing is it's looking a bit weird. It's just for background stuff, so should be fine. Yeah, actually, guys, I think it's starting to look incredible. Thank you. I don't know if it's actually looking incredible, but I appreciate the compliments. I'm thinking about going to bed actually because I'm like, if you watch the stream like for like the past 20 minutes, I've been struggling to focus and just actually think about what I'm doing. Yeah. What should I be doing? Like I think I want to process like for each separate mesh island. So when I duplicate this vertex, for example, and I make something, I kind of want I wanted to not count any points unless except the two separate points, like this one and this one. And I'm not sure, like, what if I do topology? Oh, it's in mesh topology. Okay. Corners of edge, corners of vertex, edge of corner, corner index, next edge index, previous edge index. Okay, mesh topology, vertex of corners. Actually, I'm not sure like what those are doing. Retrieve the edge on both sides of a face corner. Okay. Retrieve the edge. Retrieve the face corner connected to edges. Retrieve corners that make up a face. Retrieve face corners connected to vertices. Retrieve the vertex each face corner is attached to. Okay, it's all about faces in here. So what is also something for curve, maybe? Topology curve. Retrieve the curve a control point is part of. Offset points a control point index within the curve. Retrieve point index within the curve. Yeah, but how do I know like it's the end one? The end one, sorry. Like there's this amazing node that knows like which points are the end ones. And I'm not sure like which one is the one I want, you know? Oh, UV tangent. That's cool. Okay. A mesh topology. Maybe this is what I want. No, this is not what I want. Yeah, that's weird. Like I don't want this nth thing to be this, you know. I want it to be all just girders. And right now it's splitting into instances, which is not something I want. Wait, how? Yeah, yeah. I think I'm gonna stop the stream, guys. I'm sorry because I'm not like providing any fun to you right now. So yeah, I hope you guys had a had a nice one, and maybe let's talk another day.